An excuse that sometimes we perceive situations differently depending upon what gender we are. But this is the rule of law. And Mr. Speaker, what Canadians want to hear specifically is what does the former Attorney General have to say? Will the Prime Minister waive his solicitor-client privilege?
Honourable Prime Minister, the Minister of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, I can confirm that the Prime Minister has asked me for a legal opinion on the question of solicitor-client privilege. I am studying that issue, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Order. I'm having trouble hearing the Honourable Minister of Justice. I know members want to hear both the question and the answer, so we'll have a little order. The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, to continue, I am studying the issue and will provide my legal opinion in due course. It would be inappropriate for me, Mr. Speaker, to say anything more.
The member for Milton. Order.
Speaker, this Attorney General has already said many things about what he believes. The former Attorney General believes, thinks, or even did. So therefore, it should take him very simply not much time to determine whether or not she can go ahead and speak. But now that I have him on his feet, Mr. Speaker, I'm very curious. Last week, in a newspaper report, this Attorney General indicated that the matter regarding deferred remediation agreements and SNC-Lavalin was very much still alive and sitting on his desk. I'd like to ask the member, conveniently from Montreal, whether or not he has made a decision on the SNC-Lavalin issue.
The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, I stated in that interview the law of Canada as it was passed and as is still the case, and it would be inappropriate for me to comment further.
Honorable député de Richmond-Arthabasca. Alors.
Monsieur le Président, la semaine dernière, démission de l'ex-ministre de la Justice. Hier, démission du conseiller principal du Premier ministre, qui était aussi drôlement son meilleur ami. Tout cela suite à des allégations graves de pression du cabinet du Premier ministre, des gens autour de lui, sur un dossier de fraude directement en lien avec la procureure générale du Canada. Les Canadiens veulent connaître la vérité. Il y a une seule personne qui peut nous la dire. Pourquoi le Premier ministre ne lève-t-il pas le secret professionnel de son ex-procureur général?
L'ancien secrétaire principal du Premier ministre a partagé une lettre. Il a partagé cette lettre avec tous les Canadiens. Je pense que c'est vrai. On peut tous être agréables que tous les députés et nos équipes sont ici pour travailler fort pour les Canadiens. Pour moi, c'est ma priorité. Pour le gouvernement de ce côté et tous les députés, nous allons continuer pour travailler pour les Canadiens. C'est ce qu'on a fait, c'est ce qu'on va continuer à faire. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Député de Richmond-Arthabasca.
Chaque jour, Monsieur le Président, depuis les révélations du Globe and Mail, le Premier ministre, pas les autres, le Premier ministre nous donne une nouvelle version. Et drôlement, cette version, elle change de jour en jour. Hier, son conseiller principal, qui est aussi son ami très proche, a démissionné en affirmant qu'il n'avait rien à se reprocher. Pourtant, la situation, elle est grave. On parle d'ingérence politique dans le système de justice. Il y a une personne qui peut donner sa version et nous donner la vérité aux Canadiens et Canadiennes, c'est l'ancienne procureure générale. Est-ce que le Premier ministre peut lui permettre tout simplement de parler?
Le gouvernement à la Chambre.
Monsieur le Président, encore une fois, le député en face, il sait très bien que l'ancien secrétaire principal du Premier ministre a partagé une lettre, il a partagé ses raisons et le Premier ministre a accepté la démission de Gerald Butt. Et nous savons que de ce côté de la Chambre, nous allons continuer pour travailler fort pour les Canadiens. Nous avons respect pour l'indépendance du système judiciaire. De ce côté de la Chambre, on va encourager eux pour faire leur travail. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Opposition House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, for the last 13 days, the Prime Minister's answers on this issue have been all over the map. First, he denied. Then there was a whisper campaign out of his office insulting and disparaging the former Attorney General. And now, Mr. Speaker, there is the answer of, it's not my fault, it's got to have been somebody else's fault. And his principal secretary has resigned, but for no reason. This government is in absolute chaos and disarray. Canadians deserve answers. We need to hear from the former Attorney General. Will the Prime Minister waive privilege and let her speak?
Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, as I have stated in French, I will now state in English once again. The former Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister has shared his reasons publicly with all Canadians. The Prime Minister has accepted his resignation. When it comes to the independence of our judicial system or officers of Parliament, we respect their work. And that is a clear contrast from the previous government that constantly undermined the work that they did. We will not do that on this side, Mr. Speaker. We'll continue working hard for Canadians, the very people that sent us here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Opposition House Leader. Order.
That was not an answer, Mr. Speaker, and that was frankly embarrassing to see the government House Leader do that. Mr. Speaker, there is nobody who is watching this scandal saying that there's nothing to see here. From political commentators to the media to legal experts, there are questions that have to be answered. The actions of this government are actions of a government and a Prime Minister who have something to hide. So, Mr. Speaker, there is somebody who can answer. That's the former Attorney General. We want answers. Canadians want answers. Will you let her speak?
I remind the Honourable Opposition House Leader to direct her comments to the Chair. Order. The Honourable Government House Leader. Oh, sorry, the Honourable Minister of Justice. Excuse me.
The Prime Minister has asked me for advice, Mr. Speaker, on the question of solicitor-client privilege. I am studying the issue and will provide an answer in due course. It would be inappropriate for me, Mr. Speaker, to comment any further.
The Honourable Member for Skeena-Bulkley Valley.
I guess he's on the clock, Mr. Speaker. To the Prime Minister, some good advice that the best thing about telling the truth